Welcome to this week's Okay at Work with myself, Sarah Sawyer, and my colleague, Russell Berger, both attorneys at Offit Kurman. And today we are talking about businesses, the economy, what we're seeing. So obviously, a lot of our clients are in the business of buying and selling their business. So they might be on the sell side, someone's looking to get out of their business and sell it, or they might be on the buy side. And definitely a lot going on just in the marketplace right now with some uncertainty around the economy. Some banks are seeing that. Uncertainty always creates a lot of havoc in the business world and in the financial regulatory industry and with banks and all of that kind of stuff. So we're definitely seeing that impact on our clients and the impact on the structure if they maybe want to sell their business and getting creative in different ways, maybe extending more seller financing and trying to secure that with property that they're selling. But what are some things that clients should be keeping in mind, businesses should be keeping in mind when we're dealing with this kind of uncertainty, when they might be making moves as it relates to their business, Russell?
Yeah, as lawyers, I think we're planners by nature. So this is easy for us to say, because at least for me, anyway, it's a default setting. When there's uncertainty and there's questions out there, I think it's worth taking a little bit of time to try to bring as much certainty to the mix as you can. And one way, obviously, can't control the national or global economy, but can you put yourself in a little bit better position? Can you take the time to make sure your contracts are a little bit tighter? You get a little more security. You're taking a little bit less credit risk with customers. And if you do go the route of getting security, are these things secured interest, like UCC secured interest? Are these things where you need to go through a formal process to perfect your lien or your position on something? Right now, maybe it's worth doing that, because especially given your industry, whatever that might be, there may be enough uncertainty. Like, hey, I don't normally do this. It's outside my ordinary course. But right now, I think it might make sense to put myself in a little bit better position. So hopefully nothing bad happens. But if it does, I'm protected, or I'm more protected than I might otherwise be.
We talked about this a little bit with contracts in general as well. I think people are taking an even closer look because when you're going to buy a business, say you're trying to project out based on prior performance. Well, all right, how's this business going to do? What's the health of this business? What does that look like? And you always want to look very carefully at that. But right now, it's even a little bit more uncertain. And with tariffs, different things that are going on, that there's a lot to look at. It's a lot more difficult to plan out that future contingency. So I feel like there is going to be a lot more looking deeply at the contracts that that company that you're acquiring might have. And then also the agreement itself on the purchase side saying, all right, well, maybe we want to hedge a little bit because performance is uncertain based on all of these factors. So I think the contracting side of things, there's going to be way more diligence as well. And looking at hedging your risk and trying to plan that uncertainty depending on the industry.
Yeah. When the economy is going great, you can take more risk because there's less things that are putting cash flows and business valuations at risk. When there's uncertainty, like I said, maybe that'll still work out to be the case, but we don't know. We can see some money starting to tighten up. So yeah, do your homework if you're on the buy side, and if you're on the sell side, shine things up as nice as you can. Go that extra mile because there will be a return on it.
Well, I think there's a lot of room for creativity in that as well. So you can see it as a negative thing and be cautious, but also there's some positivity there as well. So I think there's ways to be creative and be thoughtful in your approach. Thanks, Russell, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Sarah.